Hello all my friends, welcome back to another Tuesday morning haul to kit to create. And that is where I take an inspiration product that inspired me to create a kit from it that I purchased that Tuesday morning, and then I create a kit, and then what I do for you guys is create two layouts with that. So let's go ahead and get started on what my inspiration was from Tuesday morning. Now I have everything in this, I don't even know. Oh gosh, I got this at scrapbook.com and now I can't think of the company that makes it. But if you definitely want to know what this little sleeve is, I have quite a few pieces from it, and it comes with, I think, 3 or 4 of these little folders. And then what you do is, oh my gosh, I have so many, well not so many, but I have a couple. But you can put them in this almost like a magazine holder, and this is also made by the same company. And I'm sure I'm not even helping you going, Desiree, it's the same company. Hold on one second. Let me see if I have an empty one. I think I used them. Okay, here we go. So basically my goal is to use up as much as I can, right? Because I really want to just try to narrow or scale down my supplies, and that is because I don't have any more room in this scrapbook room. I truly want to get a sewing machine in here, but there is absolutely no room to put a sewing machine. Excuse me. Anyway, so I have purchased this Storage Studios. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them on scrapbook.com. It is sold separately. So with this one, you got 2 of these type styles where you can see the pockets, and then of course the 12 by 12 paper. It has like a little accordion in that. Actually, I'm kind of going off the whole build a kit thing, but if you are looking for another way to organize your products or your collections, the paper goes in here. And then as you can see, you get a pocket for, you know, different embellishments. The thickers could go in here, which is really nice. Enamel dots and more of the bigger ephemera. So I have a couple of those. And then I recently just bought more of this one that you're seeing right now. Let me organize, not organize, but put it right back, or else I'll never put it away. Okay, so I have all my paper in this collection in this little pocket sleeve, and it's a 12 by 12. I've showed you this, but if you haven't seen it, my video where I discuss that this is probably going to be my inspiration piece, I'll go ahead and link that at the end for you. But this was the My Mind's Eye Blast Off that you got for $2.99. It came with 6 sheets of paper and this cardstock stickers. And I'm just going to quickly show you this for those that did not get to see this video, and then I'll move along with how I built my kit. So that product code is 2035452 for only $2.99. The one thing I did purchase separately was the puffy stickers for $1.49, and that product code is 2035462. And right away I'm like, okay, there's navy, there's some greens, a mustard colored yellow, a reddish orange, a blue, a red, and this like almost like a mint green going through this collection. Now, let me not blind you. Actually, you may need to get your sunglasses on because of the holographic, no, is it holographic? Yes, holographic foil on the stickers. So here's the stickers that come with it. It's a space, you know, obviously it's called Blast Off. It's a very space type collection. I don't have any photos of my son whatsoever that has to tie in with space. So I'm going to kind of use certain phrases that go along with space to try to play off the actual photo. So here's the sticker sheets, and then let me show you really quick what these the pages look like. You can see the foiling of the stars and a little bit on the spaceship. This one right away, I was like, I really want to use this one. I want to actually use this to where I might only have 3/4 of the actual paper left. That's my first thought. And then all of the rest of this of a space page. So that's actually what I'm thinking about going with. And then you do get this striped paper. Now I did not get the 6x6 paper pad. They did have that there, but again, I was only trying to keep under $10, and I think I did pretty good that day. I only spent $11. But here's a stripes paper that shows all the different colors. Then again, they have that the galaxy showing all the planets, Earth. That's really cool. And then on the back side, again, more striped paper. And I actually could technically use this one as well for that same photo that I have in mind. I really love this one for whatever reason. This can sometimes be challenging for me, but I really like how this has it all lined up with the sun and then where the planets are positioned. And then on the back, definitely I'm not going to use this. This is the holographic. In fact, it's so embossed that you can actually see the words. And when I played back my video, you can see, so I'm glad it actually shows up on camera, the embossed letters in the background. Now that kind of bothers me, but you know, I'm just going to have to work with it and make it work for me. So right now I'm just keeping on the pages or on the side that I truly like, which is pretty much they're all the same. So I'm gonna have to actually go back and really think of which ones I want to use, because I'm going to need some of this paper. This one was actually one of my favorites because it had the starburst on one side with the matte with zero foiling, and then it had also the black and blue pinstripe paper in a diagonal pinstripe. So I really like that one. This one was another one of my favorites, and for some reason it just kind of reminded me of the book Wonder. My son is reading that in his class, but we've already watched the movie, we've already read the book. Absolutely love it. So I'm thinking this could also play off for what I really, actually I might do a page of him reading the book Wonder, and I just take a picture of him outside while he's reading it, just because I think that's really important. That was kind of an important book that they wanted all fifth graders, at least here in California. I don't know if that was everywhere, but to read. So I really like that. And you know what, if your kids are looking for a new book, totally off topic, but my son is in fifth grade. It's called Mr. Terrupts. So basically like interrupts, but take off the IN. And really good book about 5 kids who don't like each other, and this teacher brings them together, and then something happens to the teacher. It's a trilogy. My son is now reading when they're in 6th grade, and the peer pressure part of a child or childhood is kind of coming to play. And yeah, just something, it's a really good book. So definitely read the reviews if you guys want to read it. So far he's told me there's been nothing in it, at least in the very first book. In the second one, it's a little iffy. It's about the peer pressure is a girl smoking. So if you don't want your child to read that, I'm just giving you a heads up. But my son has really enjoyed this series and just kind of opened up his eyes a little bit about, you know, every child is different. You never know what's going on at home. So give you a little hint on what the book's about. Anyways, then we have again, all the planets on one side, and then a really busy bold paper on the other. So I'm probably not going to use that one. I'm probably going to use, like, cut these down and kind of work with this one maybe. So I'm not quite sure. There's not a whole lot of variety, so that's why this was a little hard for me on what I wanted to use. But here's how I built my kit. So right away, I'm going to go with this color because it's the most colorful pattern paper that is in this collection. Pretty close, but they're all the same colors. But this one shows shows them all for you. And so right away, I look at the orangey red, the blues, the navy, mint green, the regular primary green, that mustard yellow, and right away I'm like, okay, those are the colors that I really need to focus on. In fact, I might do it that way. So sorry. I think I should have grabbed some water before I started talking. And I'm also think I'm getting a cold, so it's starting to go around the classroom, which I knew eventually it was going to make it to my way. Anyways, so right away I thought of, this is, the paper just fell out, crepe paper, and it is the Cool Kid collection. And I thought a lot of those colors, I mean, this isn't the exact yellow, but as long as I'm not putting it right next to it, I think a lot of these colors will work. So I looked for chipboard, and that's kind of what I do. I think, okay, I need to have a chipboard. I need to have enamel dots, try to throw some brads in there. ephemera. I'm trying to think of every little embellishment that I can grab that gives me a lot of variety to play with. And that way I have a little bit of everything to try to work off my layouts. So I am thinking, and let me just not have that plastic piece in your way, that this chipboard would be perfect. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm also bringing in the Imaginescence. These are the journaling spots stickers. They're 3D stickers. This has some of the colors. I probably would have to use something like if I was going to use this paper, like if I had skateboards or balloons, it would make more sense on here than on here on like the spaceship paper. Oh my goodness. Anyways, and I'm really starting to get a cold. Do I have a tissue in here? I don't. Okay. So I have this. I also have another, I believe it's a sticker sheet, and I know where that sticker sheet is, but I'm probably going to also include that as well. So now I have some like journaling pieces that also has some of those colors. Obviously not every single one, but as soon as I knew about the Cool Kid collection, I also grabbed in the epoxy stickers. I thought that would be perfect too, just to kind of give me more variety on my stickers. I see the orange again, a lot of, well, there's not really black in here, but I mean, it's a dark navy blue, and sometimes you just need that extra pop. But it's got the yellows, the greens, and I think that would be perfect to use for this. So I have that. Sorry, if I am sniffling on the camera, I apologize. I am gonna get... I was trying to avoid this for so long. Okay, so then I have the Fancy Pants Goodfellows. Now, obviously not every single color, but I thought maybe some of them could tie in. So some here, this where it says father and favorite, I thought maybe some of those might be able to work with this as well. So like that green, I see that green in here, and I thought again that could play off with some of the dark colors that we see here. So not 100% sold, but I just wanted to give myself variety. And you know, I'm gonna quickly grab a tissue. I think my kiddos took my tissue box that was in here. Okay, and then next, again, with the little dude, because I know it worked, I'm going to stick with that. So I am also grabbing the flat stickers in this collection because when it came out, I talk a lot about how I was on a freeze. I think a store got a few pieces in, and I just bought what I could. So I only have the 6x6, the chipboard, and the epoxy, and the flat stickers, and I think that was it. That's all I got from it. So yeah, definitely looking at that. I'm looking again, I see all the blues, the greens, the reds, the oranges, and I know right away that this is going to work with this collection. Again, not if it was in space. I think if I was to do like a fox in space, I mean, I talk about how sometimes I use things that tie into what my kids like. It definitely would not be the fox. The dog, but then I guess dog in space, but I'd really have to be careful on where I place it and how I kind of bring it all together so it wasn't too not making much sense is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I have those, and I'm sorry if there is a glare. And I'm just going to actually go with everything that, because it all tied in. I grabbed the Cool Kid 6x6 paper pad. I knew that I could use some layering pieces, being that I didn't really have much to go off of the kit that I bought that inspired me. So I knew I was going to need some extra papers because it's all tied into space, and I want to not have everything be about space or play off a quote that could tie in with the space paper. So I grabbed a 6x6 paper pad. And then I grabbed some letters. Now, I have two different blues here. I thought I had, where's the other one? I liked the dark green, so I grabbed the dark green because I don't really have too many to go with. This is also in the Goodfellows collection by Fancy Pants. And then I think this is Millie and June. That is by Fancy Pants as well. That was the blue. So I think there was a boy version and a girl version. I could totally be wrong. I got this on a peachy cheap deal a while back, and it came with them as a set. So I know right away that these two colors for sure are going to work, but I wanted to give myself variety. So then I picked out a different color blue. This is puffy. I got this at Tuesday Morning, and I don't know if they still have them, but you can definitely try. This is 1946705. It was back in March, but I wanted to at least show that with you, where even though I have an inspiration piece coming from Tuesday, I always try to bring some extras that I find, and I actually have quite a few in this one, in this kit. So there's my letters, and I actually have more letters. Okay, so these are by, excuse me, these are by October Afternoon. These are the sticky keys. So I grabbed some flat ones that were round just to give me a different shape. And I knew right away that both, this works perfectly with these sticky keys. And just to kind of give me more variety, I grabbed that orange in Mini Market by October Afternoon. I thought of the red. So even though this has white, not all of it is on white cardstock. Some of it, because it's so dark, that I can easily add cream if I wanted to. So there's cream and red. I added some green. I'm not sure about this one, but sometimes if I'm not even sure, I still throw it into my kit because I want to have variety. I don't, absolutely I could allow myself to go into my stash and just go, you know what, this isn't the right color that I needed. Let me go back and see what else I have. But at least if it's there, it's kind of a starting point to go, okay, this was my intention. This color didn't work, but let me kind of see what else I have to go with. So I'm going to try to, without covering up too much. Sorry guys, running out of space here. Okay, so then I go back to some more flat stickers. Sassafras. I bought is it Blind Box or like a Christmas, it was like all the companies seem to be doing it, where they would just put all their old product. It was like a blind box, almost like a blind bag, a ton of product, and I bought like a big box for $50. Everyone was totally raving about Sassafras. I never even heard of them because it was during the time when I had taken, I think, 7 years off from scrapbooking because, just trying to have kids and going through all that emotions. But I took a lot of time off and didn't even hear about this company. So I bought a blind box, and this is one of the pieces that come in. And I've actually used quite a few pieces in my traveler's notebook for my son's journaling. So, it's with these Cool Kid papers and stickers as well. So I've used this pretty well with newer collections, with not newer companies, but with different companies or manufacturers is the word I'm thinking of. And so I know that these will work really well with a Cool Kid. So I grabbed them just to give me more options for my flat stickers. I see all that green, the reds, the oranges. I definitely would not be putting that on there. But you know what I mean? I'm just looking at a couple of the generic, I always say generic, but the timeless shapes. These are all timeless, but I think you know what I'm trying to say, like shapes that I know that can go really well with just about anything. It doesn't have to be necessarily a theme page. Okay, so I'm going to add that there. Now, this I must have just purchased on a whim, I think, from Two Bees in a Bucket one day. It was on clearance or something. It was crepe paper, Acorn Avenue. This is the only thing I have in this collection. So I kind of asked myself, why did you buy it if this was the only thing? But I see a lot of potential, like with the smile and the greens and the camera. And I thought, ooh, actually these could work. So even though it was more for, I'm assuming, fall, I can definitely use these for the colors, Sweetness and Remember. This one especially, that I'm in the camera, and the smile. Yeah, I'm seeing quite a bit here that I can definitely use in this. Then I grabbed some puffy stickers. Again, just trying to make sure I have epoxy stickers, flat stickers, puffy stickers, chipboard stickers, you name it. I'm trying to just have cover all my bases is basically. And that way I can kind of get some merchandise moved onto a layout. And so this one is from Freckled Fawn. I believe this was from their very first Oh Dear Me kit. And I've used quite a bit, and it is getting close to the end. And so now I'm like, if I could just tie in these green somehow onto this layout, that would be awesome. In fact, I could, he's just turned, today's his birthday, he just turned 11. So the picture that I'm thinking of using, he would be 10. So I would probably use this knowing that he was 10 years old when he got something that was very important. And yeah, it was just, we celebrated that day when, and you'll see that picture when I go to scrapbook it. Anyway, so that is going to be a good one for me. I added some, now these are just kind of random where I thought maybe, you know, I'm looking at the colors and I thought maybe this could work. I see the blues and the greens and yellows. And so I grabbed this one. This is by Shamel. I'm assuming it was her first collection. I don't know, but I thought I would try that one. I also have these label stickers by Echo Park. And again, I used up so much of it that I just want to kind of use it up and get it on out of here. So I know that I could use the reds and the greens. You're 1 in a million. This would actually be perfect. So yeah, I'm going to try to use this whole thing up and get that out of my stash. Although I have a second one. How many of you have gone shopping and you go through your stash and go, oh, I have a second or possibly a third? I have done that before. But yes, I have another one, but I want to get through this one. Oh, here's the layered stickers that I was talking about that went with the Imaginescence journaling spots. So here is this one. I'm not really sure I'm going to use it. Like, I really wasn't sure about this, but I knew some of the colors worked. So I thought, you know what, let me just try it, see what I can come up with. And so I just put them on there as well. Now I could probably be doing this totally backwards, but ask me if I know one picture for sure I'm going to use. I don't have an idea of what I'm going to even do with the second one. So it might really throw me off by going, okay, what am I going to do with whatever picture that I decide to use at that time? Because like I said, these might be all the wrong products, and somehow I got to make it work for you guys because I challenged myself to do this. Then I'm going back to some more chipboard, but variety things that have been in my stash forever. Yeah, 2013. This is actually when I came back from my break of scrapbooking. I stopped in 2006 and did not do anything until 2013. And that's when I started getting back into it. So I thought about using these. I wasn't sure yet of how I was going to use them, but I thought, let me throw them in here because I got a couple that might be able to work as far as the colors. Grab some basic shapes such as the arrows. I knew all the colors weren't going to work, but again, I just was trying to give me a basic shape that I can maybe use quite a bit of in the layouts as well. Then I grabbed also stars. They matched pretty well with the arrows. And I know not every color is going to work, but I'm just trying to add more basic shapes. Again, just have more and more stuff in that kit to give me more variety. So it's less time looking through my stash because everything is all in one spot. Now, I also grabbed this. It's the Speech Bubbles by Studio Calico. They have been in my stash forever as well. And I have a really hard time using them, and I think it's because of the colors. But I thought maybe some of these might work in the, with this, actually, it's pretty dead on. So yeah, it's that mustardy colored yellow green. And so that might be perfect as well. So I'll probably use quite a few of those if I can. You know, I think I went for this one because of the fact that it has some of that green, but this is more like summery. I might be able to use some of these word phrases, but again, I think I was just trying to give myself variety, so I put them in here as well. it could have been an accident too. I might have actually, because I had several piles going when I was trying to look for stuff for the kit, that this might have accidentally just came in. It was in the wrong pile. Oops, yeah, that would totally tie into what I probably did. But you know what? You're my sunshine. Yeah, these actually, a couple of these could possibly work for what I'm thinking of as far as the picture. Again, I have more letter stickers, and I'm just going by color. This is, I try to keep them, even when they're loose like this, I try to still keep them with their sheet, and that way I can always glue them down. This one, I remember that day when I was at 2Ps where a lot of people complained because the stickers were stuck to the paper. So a lot of them, you could see the backing, they weren't even peeling up from the wax paper. I still use them. I have, like I said, I will sit there, and even though it doesn't, the backing sticks to the wax paper, I will still use it and use glue. I will not let this go to waste. And you know what? It's one of those colors that I just don't have a lot of that orangey red, and it, I mean, this is the day that I'm going to need it. So I found this by Evolicious. Now I already have some labels, but again, I'm just giving myself some more because I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use. And I thought I could definitely use a couple of these. So I have those. I'm sorry that things are starting to get covered, and maybe I could go over here for you guys. I have only so much space that's in my camera's view, so I'm trying. Next I have the Wild Child. This was also purchased from Peachy Cheap. I don't buy from them anymore because I find that when I actually pay for shipping, it's pretty much ends up being the same price that I could get at scrapbook.com, so I don't ever buy from them anymore. Or, you know, paper, there's a lot of stores, Paper Issue, a Cherry on Top, that, you know, just has better deals. So I, maybe for some of you that it's really good, but for where I'm at, definitely it doesn't work for me. You know, it's awesome. If I definitely know I can't find it, then yes, I would probably, you know, grab it, an item, but for now I just can't. But I don't really shop as much like I used to. I thought some of these colors might work, more so like this one right here with the orangey red, that blue stripe, not so much the lime green. And then I could even, you know, if I really wanted to not like those holographic rockets, I have these, and these are actually way cooler than I think the ones that are on this pattern paper. So I actually might fussy cut these and use them for that sheet. So yeah, win-win. So this was the Wild Child 6x6 paper, and again, just more layers for myself. I did grab the Cool Kid ephemera. I haven't even used it. So I thought, you know what, I already know that these are going to work, so why not add them to my collection, so, or to my kit. So I put those out. Sorry if there's a glare. Now here is another Tuesday morning find, and that is the rubber pieces. So I got this, gosh, over a year ago, and yeah, I'm ready to like try to throw this in. In fact, this one could easily work. Okay. Never know if it's in your store, but I'll go ahead and give that product code. It's 1815747. Who knows? Maybe it was buried under a lot of product and they might have one, but I did get it at Tuesday morning. So there's already 3 things from Tuesday morning right there. The kit, the rubber pieces, and I think I said some letter stickers. Actually, I know I did because they were right here by Bella Boulevard. Have some more epoxy stickers, again, that I've always tried to bring these out because I just want to get them used. And so I knew right away, oh, those greens and that yellow, even this blue could possibly work. So I added this to my stash, and somehow I'm hoping to use up a couple more of these. And I do that too, like when I just have a few pieces left, or they've been in my stash where half of the packages been used. I always try to incorporate into my kits. That way I can, just like I said, try to give me you know, try to grab this first to to see if any of the pieces work, so that way I can just get through it faster. Here's another old one by My Mind's Eye, and again, I'm not 100% sold on this. So if you're going, what are you thinking? It's only because I'm looking at the colors. Life is Good. I thought this one's perfect. I actually might take it off the banner and just have the circle piece. I'm not quite sure, but these two, actually these three are the ones that I was really truly looking at as far as the colors. So more layer stickers. I am going to have some really old stickers. How about these guys? Making Memories. Yeah, they didn't even date their stuff back then. Really old. I mean, look at this one, Provocraft. Anyone remember Provocraft? I still have it. And you know what? In fact, here's the lowercase that I was looking for. I just want to use them up. I think they look good on photos, and you know what, even though they're old, when you peel them off from the sticker and you place them onto a photograph, they still look great. So I grabbed some more colors. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but I thought I'd add them to it. One more ephemera pack that I grabbed, and that was the Wild Child ephemera pack. Again, that came in with that Peachy Cheap deal. And you know, it's not everything, but there's a couple pieces here that kind of caught my eye that I thought could possibly work. And I thought, why not just go ahead and add those in? So I now have 2 ephemera packs. I grabbed some Jack and Jill enamel dots as soon as I placed them next to this paper. All of these colors except for this one. Actually, this one could work. It's just more of a lighter shade. As soon as I can grab. I have so much stuff. It's so heavy, guys, that, oh my gosh, these would all work. So, I mean, you got your blue, gray. I don't even know what to call this one, but this would work. I mean, the reds, the oranges. It's more, has some more red tone in it, but again, it could probably work as long as it wasn't beside it. But I thought this one was a perfect match for enamel dots. So then I have that. And last but not least, I grabbed a couple of sprays, and these are the Mr. Huey's. One is in Seafoam and the other one is Navy. I don't think he makes mist anymore. I could be wrong, but it takes me for so long to actually use a whole entire, in fact, I've never used a bottle of mist. So, yeah, he could still very well be making them, and I wouldn't have a clue because I have so many colors that I just don't buy it anymore because they're just sitting here. It's taking me way too long to get through a whole bottle. So I use what I have, and I just don't buy it anymore. Although I did buy some gold from Tuesday Morning, but I mean, can you blame me? We're talking gold that's been discontinued. Okay, the final thing that I want to show you, in case you did not see where I stashed my kit, is in this box. The Falala or Fajala from IKEA. I'm probably totally butchering the name, but I keep all my product here, and then that way it's all in one little spot. It has a little handle, which I like, and I just kind of keep it right there by my workspace. And so everything's organized while my workspace is all cleared. I got this probably 2 months ago. I'm just going to warn you, they no longer make the white one. Now tell me if that made sense. And that's what I asked the guy. I go, that makes 0 sense. When IKEA is known for white furniture, everything is just that basic white. And he tried to tell me maybe they'll bring it back again, but they had this dark gray and then a white one with greenery, like I think there were leaves and berries on it. It was very odd to me. It reminded me kind of Christmassy. So I got the dark gray. It works. I'm fine with that. I had bought 2. That way, in case if I wanted to create just a second kit, I kind of had a backup, like one for my daughter and one for my son, if I wanted to work on some products or some layouts. So that is what I have. This is my kit, and I'm sorry it does not look all nice and neat like it, because of the space. But this is what I have to work with, and this is what I'm going to try to do. I have not printed the photo yet. I'm going to do that sometime this week. Tomorrow is my husband and I's 14th wedding anniversary. So yes, my son's birthday was today. Tomorrow is my husband's 14th my husband and I's 14th anniversary, and sadly we got to work. So we aren't going to celebrate. We might do something maybe later on during the weekend where a friend or neighbor could watch the kids for me. But yeah, so this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how I build my kit. If you have any questions, please, please, please leave a comment below, because you know I answer right away. That is one thing I absolutely love, is talking to you guys. You know, all know that I work, so social media right now is very limited for me. The best place to reach me is truly through YouTube, and then, you know, or my Instagram or my Facebook. I do go on that, but for maybe 10 minutes for Instagram, 10 minutes for Facebook a day, and that's about it, because I have, you know, my son is really needing me right now with homework. But yeah, this is my kit. I'm really excited to get started. Like I said, I already have one picture picked out. It's actually one my son made on a roll for the first time ever last year. It was for the very first semester, and he was so proud. He worked so hard on it, and while it didn't happen after that, it doesn't even matter. We were just so proud of him that he really worked hard on that. So that is the first picture that I am going to scrapbook with this kit. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. You can contact me through Facebook or Instagram. I will get back to you. I love talking to you guys. I think you guys all know that. And thank you again. And just go ahead and, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, because I would love to have you here. All right, everybody, enjoy your night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.